Have you ever woken up feeling like your legs just aren't cooperating the way they used to? That strange stiffness in your knees, that subtle ache in your calves, the way your ankles feel tight, even if you've only been sitting. These little signs add up, and if you're over 60, you've likely experienced them more often than you'd like to admit. The truth? It's not just aging, it's not just time. There's something much more specific at play, and it's something hiding right on your plate. You've likely spent your life believing that fruit is always good for you, that it's natural, healthy, full of vitamins, and safe no matter your age. That's what doctors, health shows, and even diet books have told you for decades. Eat more fruit, they say. But here's the critical truth no one tells seniors. Not all fruits are safe after 60. Some can quietly sabotage your strength, weaken your legs, trigger joint pain, and worsen swelling, without you even realizing it. This is a silent danger because it doesn't hit all at once. These fruits don't send alarms through your body. Instead, they act slowly, day after day, week after week, until one day you notice you're walking less, sitting more, and struggling with simple movements. The worst part? Most seniors eat these exact fruits regularly, thinking they're doing something good for their health. In reality, they're consuming natural toxins, sugars, and acids that their bodies can no longer process efficiently, leading to inflammation, stiffness, and muscular decline. But today, that stops. In this video, we're going to uncover the 7 worst fruits that seniors should absolutely avoid if they want to maintain leg strength, balance, and independence. Fruits that may look harmless on the outside, but can be quietly undermining your health from the inside. Then, we'll share which fruits you should eat instead. The healing alternatives that reduce inflammation, protect your joints, and bring strength back into your steps. This isn't fear, this is information. And it could be the turning point for your energy, mobility, and longevity. Now, if this is your first time watching one of our health reports, do this. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Why? Because we deliver truths the mainstream won't tell you. And every week, we bring strategies you can use to regain control over your health without drugs or expensive treatments. And if you're watching this and thinking, this sounds like me, type 1 in the comments. If you're not sure yet, type 0. Either way, your voice matters, and your body is listening. Let's begin with the first fruit, which is often praised as a tropical miracle. You'll find it in smoothies, fruit salads, and juices at every corner store. It's marketed as anti-inflammatory, cleansing, and refreshing. But for seniors, it may be doing the exact opposite. That fruit is pineapple. Pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain, which is often promoted as a natural anti-inflammatory. Sounds good, right? But here's what they don't say. Bromelain can dangerously interact with blood thinners and medications, increasing your risk of internal bleeding or making medications ineffective. Seniors taking any prescriptions should be cautious. Beyond that, pineapple is packed with natural sugars and acids, a toxic combination for aging bodies. As you age, your blood vessels become more delicate, your insulin response slows, and your joints lose their natural shock absorbers. When you eat pineapple, you're ingesting a surge of sugar that your body struggles to process. This sugar spike damages microcirculation, especially in your legs. Less oxygen reaches your muscle tissue. Result? Fatigue, cramps, stiffness, and swelling. It doesn't stop there. Pineapple's acidity worsens existing inflammation. If you have arthritis, joint sensitivity, or old injuries, pineapple becomes like gasoline on a fire. You may feel it the next morning as extra pressure in your knees or a burning sensation in your ankles after walking. And here's the trap. The damage is cumulative. One slice might feel fine, but every day, it adds up. Before you know it, The fruit you thought was healing you has quietly stolen your strength. And worst of all, most seniors never suspect pineapple. They think it's healthy, they trust it. That's what makes it dangerous. If you've been struggling with unexplained leg pain, fatigue when walking, or swelling in your lower body, take a hard look at what fruits you've been eating. Because even the healthiest fruits can become enemies if your body can't process them anymore. Now let's move on to fruit number 2. This one is soft, sweet, and packed with potassium. It's considered the ultimate muscle food. But for seniors, it might be one of the most deceptive. Let's talk about bananas. Let's talk about bananas, the soft, sweet fruit that almost everyone assumes is safe. They're the go-to snack for athletes. They're often recommended for leg cramps, muscle health, and energy. Full of potassium, right? But here's where the story flips. For seniors, bananas can actually become a source of weakness, heaviness, and leg inflammation. And if you've been eating bananas regularly, thinking they're helping, it's time to reconsider what's really going on inside your body. First, let's look at what bananas are made of. They're high in natural sugar and rapidly digesting carbohydrates. For a young, active person, that can be a quick energy boost. But for someone over 60 whose metabolism is slowing and insulin response is less efficient, this can be a nightmare for circulation and muscle recovery. When you eat a banana, your blood sugar rises sharply. That sudden spike causes your body to release insulin. But aging bodies don't regulate insulin well. This leads to inflammation, especially in areas where circulation is already weak, like your legs, ankles, and feet. That's why many seniors experience a dull ache in the thighs, swelling in the calves, or stiffness in the knees, not long after a meal that includes bananas. But it doesn't stop there. Bananas can also increase fluid retention, particularly in people who have heart issues or take medications for blood pressure. That excess fluid gathers in your lower body, causing puffy ankles, tight joints, and even discomfort when walking or standing for long periods. Think about it. You eat a banana in the morning and by afternoon your legs feel heavy, your feet feel swollen, and you're more tired than usual. Coincidence or a pattern you've been ignoring? What's even more dangerous is that bananas don't feel harmful. They're soft, easy to chew, easy to digest. But that's the trap. Just like pineapple, the effects aren't immediate. They build over time. A banana a day might feel harmless, but after weeks or months, the hidden damage adds up. And unlike junk food, bananas carry a health halo that makes them even more deceptive. Let's pause for a moment. Think back. Have you been eating bananas regularly? Have you noticed more fatigue in your legs, slower recovery after walking, or unexplained swelling? Your body might be trying to tell you something. Don't ignore those messages, especially if you're serious about maintaining your independence and avoiding mobility issues in the future. Now, you might be thinking, well, I only eat one banana a day, so it's probably fine. But here's the truth. It's not about quantity, it's about sensitivity. As we age, our tolerance for sugars, even natural ones, drops. What used to be fine at 40 can now cause inflammation at 65. That's not failure. That's biology. The good news? Once you know what to avoid, you can take action and feel the difference in days. But bananas aren't the only sweet fruit hiding dangerous side effects. The next one is small, juicy, and often considered a healthy snack. You'll find it in lunchboxes, fruit platters, and even recommended in heart-healthy diets. But for seniors, it's one of the sneakiest culprits behind joint inflammation and painful uric acid buildup. Yes, we're talking about grapes. Grapes are tiny, harmless-looking, and easy to overeat. You grab a handful, then another. Before you know it, you've eaten 2 or 3 cups. But inside each grape is a high dose of fructose, a type of sugar that goes straight to your liver. And when the liver can't handle it all, It converts that excess fructose into fat and uric acid. That's where the trouble begins. Uric acid doesn't just disappear, it circulates through your bloodstream and settles in your joints, particularly in the toes, ankles, and knees. This can lead to sharp pain, burning sensations, and the kind of swelling that makes even short walks uncomfortable. Ever had that sudden pain in your big toe at night? That strange stiffness in your calves in the morning? Grapes might be the quiet trigger behind it. And here's the thing. Most people eat grapes without any limit. They're bite-sized, refreshing, and often marketed as healthy. But just like bananas and pineapple, their impact on seniors is very different than on younger people. The sugar, the uric acid, the inflammation, it's all a recipe for gradual decline in leg health and mobility. Let's be clear, we're not saying you need to fear fruit. We're saying that after 60, the rules change. Your metabolism changes, your circulation changes, your body needs you to adapt with it, or else you risk walking straight into pain, fatigue, and instability, one snack at a time. As we move forward, keep this in mind. The goal isn't to create fear, it's to build awareness. To help you take small, smart steps that lead to big improvements in your mobility, your energy, and your independence. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the fruit, it's about what that fruit does to your body and how you choose to respond to it. Coming up next, we'll look at a fruit that almost everyone considers the hydration hero. It's 90% water, low in calories, and often recommended in summer diets. But this innocent-looking fruit might be causing blood sugar spikes, joint irritation, and leg fatigue. Faster than you realize. Let's uncover the truth about watermelon. Now, let's talk about watermelon, the fruit that nearly everyone sees as innocent. It's refreshing, hydrating, and sweet. Especially during hot summer days, watermelon is everywhere. People say it's low in calories, full of water, and even helpful for digestion. But if you're over 60, this fruit might be doing more harm than you think. It may be soft and light, but watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes of any fruit. And for aging bodies, that can be a major problem. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar. Watermelon scores extremely high. That means when you eat it, your blood sugar levels spike rapidly, just like they would with candy or soda. And unlike in your younger years, your body can't handle those spikes as effectively anymore. With weaker insulin response and slower metabolism, seniors often experience sharp inflammation after consuming high GI foods. Where does that inflammation hit hardest? Your joints, your calves, your knees. What makes watermelon even more dangerous is that it feels safe. It doesn't feel like sugar. You eat a slice, then another, It's water, right? But every bite is flooding your bloodstream with sugar, and your legs pay the price. Many seniors report increased fatigue, aching ankles, and swelling after eating watermelon, especially in the afternoon or evening. Some even say that climbing stairs becomes noticeably harder within hours. If your legs feel heavy, tight, or sore after meals, think about when you last ate watermelon. It's not about blaming the fruit, it's about recognizing the pattern. And here's something else. Watermelon is often eaten alongside other fruits in mixed bowls or juices. That compounds the effect. Suddenly, your light snack becomes a sugar storm, flooding your system, exhausting your circulation, and straining your muscles. Let's take a moment. Have you ever felt that strange leg tiredness after a summer barbecue or a fruit salad? That dull pain in your shins after walking around the house? That subtle swelling in your feet by evening? Watermelon might be the invisible thread connecting those symptoms. And remember, aging doesn't just affect muscles and joints. It affects how your body handles sugar, how it circulates nutrients, and how fast it recovers from spikes. What used to be refreshing can now be triggering inflammation and insulin resistance. The takeaway? Watermelon isn't evil, but for seniors, it requires moderation and mindfulness. Don't let the water fool you. Hydration is essential, but it should come from sources that don't punish your legs in the process. Now, moving on. The next fruit on our list is one that's considered the gold standard of health. You see it in breakfast plates, juices, and even immune-boosting supplements. It's full of vitamin C and widely believed to be essential for preventing illness. But for older adults, this citrus powerhouse can secretly be attacking your joints from the inside. Let's take a deeper look at oranges. Oranges are praised for their antioxidant power, their ability to fight off colds, and their bright, uplifting flavor. But they're also extremely acidic. And acid is one of the worst enemies of aging joints. If you've been diagnosed with arthritis, joint inflammation, or chronic stiffness, the citric acid in oranges might be aggravating your condition without you even knowing it. Here's what happens. When you consume oranges or orange juice, that acid enters your bloodstream. In a younger person, the body neutralizes and processes it quickly. But in someone over 60, whose circulation is slower and tissues are more fragile, that acid lingers longer and penetrates deeper. It starts to irritate the sensitive tissues around your knees, ankles, and hips. The result? That subtle morning stiffness. The burning sensation when you stand after sitting for a while. The painful tingling in your calves after a walk. You might have blamed it on just getting older. But the truth is, your morning orange juice may be fueling the very inflammation you're trying to avoid. And don't be fooled by labels like fresh squeezed, organic, or no sugar added. The natural sugar in oranges, when combined with acid, creates a double hit to your joints. Your body has to fight off the sugar and the acid at the same time. That drains your energy and slows recovery. So ask yourself, is that glass of orange juice really worth it? Or is it slowly contributing to the wear and tear you feel every time you move? You deserve better, your body deserves better, and your legs deserve fruits that nourish, not punish. Coming up next, we'll discuss a fruit that's often viewed as the safe option because of its low sugar content. It's crisp, green, and often eaten raw, but inside, it hides two substances that can cause cramping, stiffness, and digestive distress. For seniors, let's reveal the truth about green apples. Green apples. Crisp, tart, and often considered the healthier apple. You'll see them in salads, lunchboxes, and diet meal plans. Because they're less sweet than red apples, people assume they're lower in sugar and better for weight control. But for seniors, green apples can trigger a combination of digestive irritation, joint pain, and muscle fatigue that many don't connect to their food. Let's start with the acid. Green apples are rich in malic acid, the compound that gives them their signature sourness. While malic acid has some benefits in small doses, it can become a problem when consumed regularly, especially for aging digestive systems. As we get older, our stomach lining becomes more sensitive. The acid in green apples can irritate the gut, cause inflammation, and even worsen acid reflux or gastritis. But it doesn't stop there. Once malic acid enters your bloodstream, it can also affect joint tissues, particularly in your hips, knees, and ankles. Many seniors who eat green apples report a lingering ache in their thighs or a dull tension in their calves. It's not immediate. It builds over time. 1 apple per day, every day, slowly adds stress to your already fragile joints. Now, let's address the sugar. While green apples taste less sweet, they still contain a significant amount of natural sugar. And again, the problem isn't just the sugar itself, it's your body's ability to handle it. If your metabolism is slower or you have insulin resistance, which is common after 60, even moderate sugar intake can cause blood sugar fluctuations, leading to fatigue, swelling, and stiffness, especially in the legs. And let's not forget timing. Many seniors eat green apples as a late-night snack, but eating acidic and sugary fruits before bed means your body has to work overtime while you sleep. leading to restless legs, nighttime cramping, and poor recovery. Have you ever woken up with sore calves, felt tightness in your knees getting out of bed, or experienced unexplained stiffness after what seemed like a healthy day? Look at when and how you're eating fruits like green apples. It may not be coincidence, it may be accumulation. And here's the psychological trap. Green apples feel healthy, they look clean, they're recommended by diet plans. That's what makes them dangerous. Because when something is perceived as good, we don't question it. And if we don't question it, we never identify the true cause of our pain. Let this be your wake-up call. Don't just ask, is this food healthy? Ask, is this food healthy for me right now at this stage of my life? That's how you reclaim control over your body, one smart choice at a time. Now we've come to the final fruit on our danger list, and it's the most deceptive of all. Sweet, rich, tropical, and considered a superfruit by many. But behind that smooth texture lies a sugar bomb that can wreck your joints, flood your bloodstream, and quietly steal your mobility. Let's talk about mango. Mango is beloved. It's juicy, colorful, and often used in smoothies, desserts, and juices. It feels indulgent, but natural. That's the trap. Because mango contains some of the highest levels of natural sugar found in fruit. And for seniors, that can be devastating. When you eat mango, your blood sugar rises rapidly. The spike is sharp and fast, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling drained, stiff, and heavy. And unlike a cookie or soda, mango feels like health food, so you're less likely to moderate it. A small bowl becomes a whole fruit. A few cubes in a smoothie become an entire serving. But sugar is sugar, whether it comes from candy or a mango, and that sugar, in aging bodies, leads to inflammation in soft tissue, especially in joints, your ankles, your knees, your hips. Over time, this inflammation becomes chronic. You feel it in your steps. You feel it when you climb stairs. You feel it when you try to stretch or move quickly. Many seniors with nerve issues or arthritis report a burning sensation in their legs after eating mango regularly. Some experience tingling in the toes, heaviness in the thighs, or tightness in the calves. They don't associate it with the fruit, because mango doesn't feel bad. But biology doesn't care about perception. It responds to sugar, and mango delivers a heavy load of it. Let's pause here. If you've been struggling with leg fatigue, balance issues, or joint pain, and you eat mango a few times a week, it's time to reevaluate. Is the flavor worth the damage? Is the moment of sweetness worth the days of stiffness? You don't need to fear fruit, but you do need to understand which fruits work with your body and which ones work against it, especially as you age. In the next section, we shift from danger to solution. Now that you know what to avoid, it's time to learn what to embrace. The fruits that support your circulation, reduce inflammation, and restore the strength in your legs. These are your allies. Let's talk about the fruits that help you walk stronger, move freer, and live better after 60. Now that we've uncovered the 7 fruits that quietly harm your legs, joints, and circulation, it's time to shift to the good news, the fruits that actually help. These are fruits that don't spike your blood sugar. They don't trigger inflammation. They don't drain your energy. Instead, they fight inflammation, improve blood flow, support joint health, and help restore mobility, especially for people over 60. Let's begin with berries. We're talking about blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries. These little powerhouses are packed with antioxidants, especially flavonoids and anthocyanins. These compounds are proven to reduce inflammation at the cellular level, including in the joints, muscles, and arteries. Unlike high-sugar fruits, berries are low on the glycemic index, which means they won't spike your blood sugar. More importantly, berries support microcirculation. the tiny blood vessels that carry oxygen and nutrients to your legs and feet. For seniors, microcirculation often declines, leading to slow healing, fatigue, and pain. Berries counteract that decline. Eating a handful of berries daily can improve energy, reduce stiffness, and even help with balance. And the best part? They taste amazing and can be added to yogurt, smoothies, or eaten as a snack. Next on the list is cherries. But in moderation, cherries contain natural compounds that help reduce uric acid, which, as we mentioned earlier, is a major cause of joint pain, especially in the feet and knees. Seniors with a history of gout or arthritis often find that cherries bring immediate relief. A small handful, just 5 to 10 cherries, is enough to get the anti-inflammatory effect without overloading on sugar. Then we have a surprising entry: avocado. Yes, avocado is technically a fruit and one of the best for joint health. It's loaded with healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats that fight internal inflammation and lubricate your joints. Avocados also help regulate insulin bursts and stabilize blood sugar, which means no sudden energy crashes or swelling. What makes avocado especially helpful for seniors is its effect on joint cushioning. As we age, cartilage wears down. Avocado helps rebuild some of that padding by providing the body with essential building blocks for soft tissue repair. Just half an avocado a day can make a noticeable difference in how your knees and hips feel during movement. Next, let's talk about papaya. This tropical fruit is often overlooked, but it's gentle on the stomach, low in sugar, and packed with digestive enzymes, like papain. These enzymes reduce bloating, ease inflammation, and help your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. For seniors with sensitive digestion or joint discomfort, papaya can be a game changer. Because papaya is also rich in vitamin C, beta-carotene, and folate, it supports both awesome immune health and tissue repair. 2 things seniors need more than ever. A few slices of papaya in the morning or after dinner can soothe your stomach, calm your joints, and improve your overall comfort. Another fruit that deserves your attention is the pear. Pears are rich in fiber, which slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream and prevents insulin spikes. They also contain quercetin, a flavonoid known to protect against inflammation and oxidative stress. For seniors dealing with fatigue, swelling, or sluggish digestion, pears offer a gentle but effective solution. What's unique about pears is that they can be combined with small amounts of protein or healthy fat to create a balanced anti-inflammatory snack. A pear with almond butter, a slice with a few walnuts. These combinations support blood sugar stability and muscle recovery, key elements in keeping your legs strong and your movements fluid. Let's recap this healing list. 1. Berries, anti-inflammatory, support microcirculation. 2. Cherries, reduce uric acid, help relieve joint pain. 3. Avocado, healthy fats for joint lubrication and insulin control. 4. Papaya, enzymes for digestion and inflammation. 5. Pears, fiber and quercetin for sugar control and leg strength. These are the fruits you should turn to. They work with your body, not against it. They heal rather than harm. And most importantly, they help restore what so many seniors think they've lost for good: the ability to move freely, confidently, and without pain. Coming up, we'll wrap up this video with a closing message, a call to action for every senior who feels like their legs aren't what they used to be. It's not too late. You can take back control. One fruit, one step, one smart decision at a time. You've made it this far, and that tells me one thing: you care about your health. You're not someone who sits back and accepts decline. You're someone who's ready to take action, ready to take back control, ready to move forward, stronger. So let's talk about what this really means. Your legs are more than just limbs. They represent freedom. The ability to walk to the kitchen, take a stroll in the park, visit a friend, go shopping, travel, dance. Every step you take is an act of independence. Every pain-free movement is a blessing, and every decision you make, from what you eat to how you move, can either protect that freedom or quietly take it away. The fruits we discussed today aren't inherently bad. They're not poison, they're not evil, but they may no longer be right for you. What served you at 30 might be sabotaging you at 60, and that's not failure. That's biology. That's time. That's life. But the good news? You can adjust. You can adapt. You can thrive. Let's be honest. Growing older isn't easy. There are days when your legs feel heavy, when you wake up sore, when stairs feel like mountains and chairs feel like traps. You wonder, is this just how it's going to be now? And the world tells you to accept it, to slow down, to sit more. But what if you didn't have to? What if the real problem wasn't just age, but the food on your plate? Every fruit you eat either fuels your freedom or feeds your fatigue. Every bite is a vote, for strength or for stiffness. You have the power to choose, not once, but every single day. And today, you've already taken the first step, awareness. Now it's time for action. Go to your kitchen. Look at the fruits in your basket, your fridge, your smoothies. Identify the 7 we talked about: pineapple, banana, grapes, watermelon, oranges, green apples, mango. Ask yourself, are these helping me or holding me back? Then take a second look. Do you have berries in the fridge, papaya on the counter, avocados ripening, pears waiting to be sliced? If not, it's time to restock. Swap pain for progress. Swap inflammation for energy. Swap decline for healing. One fruit at a time. This isn't about fear. It's about freedom. It's about moving through life with strength, balance, and confidence. It's about bending down without pain, standing up without effort, walking without worry, laughing, traveling, living without limits. Here's what I want you to do next. 1. Comment yes below if you're ready to start this journey. 2. Type 1 if this video helped you. Type 0 if it didn't. Your feedback matters. 3. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another breakthrough tip. 4. Share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a sibling, a neighbor who might be struggling and doesn't even realize why. Because this isn't just about you. It's about all of us, a generation of seniors who refuse to settle, who still have dreams to chase, who still have places to go, and who know that strength doesn't end at 60. It evolves. So stay strong, stay alert, and remember, your independence is carried by your legs. Treat them with care, feed them with intention, and walk boldly into the next chapter of your life. You've got this. We're with you every step of the way. Until next time, be well, eat smart, and never stop moving forward.